Hey family, this is Justaria Curry. I am the demystified herbalist, and welcome to episode 7 of the Dear Herbalist podcast. So I'm a little upbeat tonight. Excited to come before you guys and talk to you about everything about herbal medicine, plant medicine, the human body, what we deal with as herbalists, our lovely clients, and everything in between. All right. So today we're going to talk about Fannie Lou Hamer. No, I'm just kidding. A little bit about her. But the podcast is called Sick and Tired. Now, this phrase, sick and tired of being sick and tired, was actually coined by Fannie Lou Hamer. And for those who don't know her, she is a civil rights activist and she coined this phrase. Okay. We are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so she was speaking to being exhausted from fighting systemic racism, oppression, the things that she was dealing with being an African American woman in the South during the civil rights movement, and during that time it was racial segregation, voter suppression, and economic inequality, and she experienced this on a daily basis. And so she was tired. She said, listen, we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so when she got to that point, those injustices fueled her to fight for civil rights and equality for herself and the people in our community. So I'm grateful to her for that. Now you ask yourself, what the heck does that have to do with herbalist? Well, I'm glad you asked that. Now, I thought that by using this phrase, it would help my fellow herbalists, those who work with clients and their families, to be able to determine who was ready to make changes in their health for the better and who was not. Okay. The reality of all of us herbalists is that our time is precious. Okay. And so anyone who looks at a person, makes assessment of their health, and recommends herbal medicine based on that, right, understands it takes a lot of time to get there to make those recommendations, right? It's a lot of planning involved, looking at products, all of these things, right? It takes a lot of effort. And so, to prevent us from facing burnout, anger, resentment, being bitter, or just throwing our hands up altogether and giving herbal medicine away, throwing the whole field away, we have to do a better job of vetting people that we intend to help. Okay. So the truth of the matter is this. All right. If anybody that you encounter that is looking for your help as an herbalist, if they are not in the position of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, okay, then they won't be 100% invested in their own health care. All right. I'm going to say that again. If a person is not sick and tired of being sick and tired, all right, they will not be 100% invested in their own health care. All right. Now, what does this look like? How this shows up is that they'll either not follow the protocol you set, or they fight every decision made tooth and nail, or they just come to you looking for a quick fix without, wanting to change the root cause of the issue. All of these things combined say one thing: this person is not ready. Okay. And if they're not, it is okay. All right. It's okay. Just give them some resources, give them information, have pamphlets and things available so that they can read it over at their own leisure and then move forward. Okay. We don't have to tuggle and twist with people, even if it's our family. And you already know how that can be especially when it comes to your family. You don't want to have to tuggle and twist with anybody. All right. If they're truly ready and they're ready to do the work, then you're ready to help them. And the reality of it is that herbalists, we don't get the passes that doctors get when it comes to dealing with clients. You know what I mean? But don't get it twisted. When it comes to the doctors, they have their fair share of headaches too. But once you make the declaration that you are an herbalist, trust me, you are going to get a ton of people looking for your help. Okay? And so, what type of characteristics, let's look at that, does someone who is sick and tired of being sick and tired have? Let's look at the characteristics of that person. Okay, this is the person you're looking for to help. Number one, they have determination. Okay? Not desperation. Desperation is rooted in fear. Okay? Determination is rooted in strength. It says no matter what, they're going to do what they need to do to see the change happen. Okay? That they're at the end of their rope. They're willing to ride through the waves of healing, the detox symptoms that come along, the changes in their herbal medicine doses. They're willing to ride through all of that. They don't care. They're so hungry for change. Okay? And so we look for determination, not desperation. Okay? Because in plant medicine, we are not fear-based. We don't operate out of fear. Now, we are realistic in our approach. Okay? So, somebody comes to you and they're, 3,000 pounds and they just want an herb that's going to, knock them down to about 250 in 90 days. We're realists. Okay? That's not going to happen. All right. 1. 2, you are building dis-ease by your habits. And if you keep going down this path, that's what the end is going to look like. Dis-ease. Right? That is a far cry from, look, if you don't get this particular procedure right now, you just gonna die today, and that's just what it is. So you scare people into buying what you are selling, or you're scaring people into understanding and believing and making decisions on what you're saying. We don't operate like that. Okay? Because fear is not an emotion that is nourishing, okay? That is helpful to the body. It's just as toxic as cocaine. Okay? So you don't want your clients operating in fear. We want them to be determined, right? All right, let's look at the other one. Personal responsibility. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, we hear this a lot when it comes to personal responsibility. There's a lot of people out there that don't want to be accountable for their health. They don't want to believe that they are the reason why they have these illnesses or diseases. They speak about their illnesses or diseases like they're that thing over there came and attacked me. Never mind the fact that you are the person that is, not doing what needs to be done in order to maintain balance. Right? So somebody that is sick and tired of being sick and tired, they're accepting personal responsibility, right? They're holding themselves accountable for their role in the decline of their health. So they're not sitting in your face with 1,000 excuses. They're like, look, I know I jacked up. I know I shouldn't be smoking crack. And I'm tired of it because I realize it's frying my brain. My muscles are deteriorating. It's because of me. And I want to change it now. All right. Another characteristic of someone who is sick and tired of being sick and tired is courage. Because let's be real, it takes courage to reach out for help, especially when it's a medical issue. And you will have people that will reach out to you for a variety of medical issues. Okay? And some of them will be seemingly embarrassing in people's eyes. Do they have herpes? Right? Some sort of STD? And so it takes courage. And that's how you know they are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because they're willing to put their pride aside to get help that they need so that they can get better. Right? Another characteristics I should say is that people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired are consistent. Okay? They're consistent with their plans. They're consistent with taking the medicines that they're given. Okay? They're consistent with the research. Okay? They are consistent. Another thing is that they have access to the resources that are necessary for them to change. So if your protocol costs $100 or $150 for 3 months, they're not, can I get like a payment plan? I could pay it off in like 5 years. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you $2 right now, and then I'm gonna try to figure out how I can get the rest, but I need the whole plan though. No. That is a whole no. Okay? Somebody that's sick and tired is like, look, how much is this? What is it for? How can it benefit me? Do you want cash, check, or charge? Because I'm not here to play. I trust in what you're saying. I believe you. You're educating me. I feel more empowered being in your presence. I feel comfortable partnering with you. I don't feel like you're putting me down. Right? I don't feel like, you're just trying to tell me what to do. You're actually making me a part of this process. You're calling me to check and see if I'm okay. How's it working out? If I call you and I need to make some adjustments, maybe this is making me a little dizzy. We need to tone down the dose. You're right there to do it, and you're happy about it, and you're excited about it. So I'm going to use whatever resources I have at my disposal to make sure I pay you, or to do whatever I need to do to satisfy this so that I can get better. Okay? Another thing is they are active participants in their health. They ask questions. Okay? They begin to do their own research. They come and tell you what they found on certain things. And as herbalists, we should always encourage that. Okay? We should always encourage education no matter what. Always have some resources for them to read. Okay? People who are sick and tired of being sick and tired are always willing to do the work it takes to see the results. Okay? And lastly, is the last characteristic, they are patient. They understand because you've explained it to them as an herbalist. You've done your due diligence and you've explained to them that healing is a process met with highs and lows. But that process is worth it if you hang on to the end. Okay? Sometimes quick fixes aren't the best thing because we don't change our behavior when things are changed and switched up for us quickly. But when we walk out the process and we learn the lessons along the way, right? Then that is a sure guarantee for us personally that, you know what, I done did all this work. I done worked hard and, I'm not trying to go back. I'm not trying to be a donut away from a heart attack. Okay? I'm not trying to be, 2, 3, 4, 5 sexual partners away from STD. It's just not worth it after I've put in all this work to get myself to a healthy state. Right? So vetting is an important process when it comes to working with clients. Okay? So let's look at, the opportunities. Like, what opportunities would you have to vet somebody? I always recommend a consultation. Okay? During this consultation, you get to ask the person key questions that can help you to determine, 1, whether or not you can help them. 2, are they ready and willing to be helped and to do the work? Okay? That is important. Those are important factors. If they are not ready, like I said, it's okay. Don't bash them for it. Don't huff and puff. Oh my gosh, you wasting my time. You may think it, but don't ever say it. You just let the person know, okay, it sounds like you're not ready, and that's okay. Here's some information to kind of educate you on your situation. Here's how plants and plant medicine can help you. And when you are ready, okay, when you are ready, then you can call me back. That way people don't feel like you're just throwing them out in the street. Because let's be honest here. Sometimes it takes a minute. Some people, You can talk to them, they get it and understand it immediately, and they're like, I'm ready to change. Other people, they have to sit and mull over it a little bit. They have to be like, you know what, let me chew on this real quick, because I'm going to have to give up some stuff. They know. They know. Okay? I've talked to people with cancer and things like that, and I tell them they have to give up the sugar. They know. Yeah, I know, it's just a little rough. Okay. They understand that. So everything you do with compassion, but get that consultation going. That way it's like, hey, 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes max. That should give you enough time to, talk to them a little bit, get an understanding of, what their issues are. All right. Kind of in your head, think about some next steps. And also at the same time, gauge their seriousness. Okay. Now, in future podcasts, we are going to talk about how to select the right clients and how to cut ties with the wrong ones. Okay. And a lot of that has to do with policies and procedures that you have in place from the jump, which are very necessary. Okay. So if you have learned a lot from this podcast and you want to learn more, please continue to listen. I appreciate your time today. And remember, try to grab those clients that are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Until next time, family, thank you so much for watching the Dear Herbalist podcast. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.